So here I'm applying Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which is a higher coverage foundation, so it's perfect for nights out, to give you that kind of flawless base. It's also one that stays relatively matte, which is helpful because I'm super oily, so yeah.
It's just the truth, something clear for us. We are not walking, are living in the.
So here I'm just using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer, which is a dupe for the NARS Creamy Concealer in my opinion, and I'm just using that to cover under eye circles and kind of highlight as well. Then I'm doing a bit more highlighting with the Magique concealer pen and drawing that in triangles to kind of give that Kim K lifted effect.
We have to make a choice and go every night and day. We will run away every night.
And then onto priming my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is the original one. I've got a cold if you can't tell. And now I'm taking MAC Antiques through the crease because all my lid colours are shimmery, so I think a matte crease would be a bit too stark for this look. And then blending that out with Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, which everyone uses, don't really do anything, but you know, softens those edges. Then moving on to the lid, I'm using tan pigment from MAC and foiling that across the inner half of the lid. On the outer half of the lid, I'm using this pure pigment from Illamasqua in the shade Or, which is kind of like a glittery dark bronze colour. I'm just taking a bit of then the MUA palette, which is only £4 and amazing. I'm just taking the lighter shade and highlighting my inner corner for that Victoria's Secret glow. I'm using MAC Fathoms Deep from the Alluring Aquatic collection to kind of wing out my eyeshadow and give a bit more depth to the lash line. On the lower lash line, I'm taking Woodwinked from MAC, which is the most amazing bronze shade ever. If you don't own this, you need it. Then I'm going to do some winged liner with the number 7 Precise, whatever it's called, felt tip liner thing. Mine's really dried up, so if you spray them with water, that kind of brings them back to life. I'm just tight lining with the Maybelline black gel liner and also taking that on the waterline. As I'm recording this, I'm realising how bad my accent is. Now on to cream contouring. I'm taking the Bourjois bronzing primer and just kind of carving out the cheekbones with that. And there's one. So I'm taking this on the forehead, cheekbones, nose, chin, basically anywhere that you want to kind of contour or add shadow to. To add a bit more depth to that contour, I'm taking the Max Factor Natural Touch foundation. This is grey, basically. If you put this all over your face, you will be the corpse bride. So I use this to contour my cheekbones. I'm setting that in place with the MAC Alluring Aquatic bronzer in the shade Aphrodite Shell, which is kind of a light, cool tone bronzer. For highlight, I'm taking MAC Global Glow, which Charlotte brought me for my birthday, and this is the most amazing highlight ever. It's perfect Victoria's Secret golden glow. If you don't like glitter, I would stay clear, but it looks amazing on the skin. I actually find it helps if you foil this product first with a water spray on your brush, just to stop the glitter falling down. And then a step that I always regret, putting a little bit on the end of my nose. This person with oily skin, it's probably the worst mistake you can do. But you know, it looks cute for about an hour. I'm taking my very smashed HD Brows blush in the shade 2 and just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. To set my foundation, I'm using the Bourjois Healthy Mix powder in the shade 53. And now for a little bit more nose highlight, I'm using the No. 7 Shimmer Brick dupe and just putting the peachy bronze shade down the bridge of my nose. Again, I don't know why I'm going so ham on the highlighter, but it is a Victoria's Secret look and it looks good in low lighting. Also taking that on the Cupid's bow. For brows, as always, I'm using the MAC Dirty Blonde Fluid Line on a bit of a bigger brush because my hair is now actually white. I feel like I have to go a bit softer with my brows because they look a lot more extreme in comparison. For a very questionable step, I'm taking Woodwinked from MAC also through my brows to try and add a bit more warmth because the brow set that I'm going to be using does tend to look a bit grey in photos. So this is MAC Emphatically Blonde brow set, which I would really recommend to anyone with platinum or bleached hair because it does kind of lighten the hairs as well as adding definition. Because I find that a lot of brow sets do make the hairs a lot darker. I already had a tiny bit of mascara on, but I'm lazy and I couldn't be bothered taking it off, so I'm just putting the Bourjois Clubbing Volume Mascara on top of the No. 7 one that I already had on. Using the lengthening side first before I move on to the volume inside, which is very clumpy if you're not careful, but a really good mascara. And here I'm just really going in on R. Kelly and Usher, Same Girl. It's such an awfully bad but good song, you really need to listen to it. And picture me and Charlotte doing a duet. We have a part each. I'm always Usher. Holy Grail product, Essence Satin Mauve Lip Liner. Except I soon realise that it's completely blunt. And so I switch for the Rimmel Lip Liner in East End Snob.
Just dance, just dance, just dance, just dance. Now make your lips desire. Now set your hips on fire. She's only 18. I feel so lonely. I want you close to me.
Taking matte Creme Cup lipstick over the top of that. And I'm out of focus, also. So that's the makeup done, and here's the finished look. So I'm in the pub that me and Charlotte have been hanging out in a lot recently. Some very questionable characters. It's not the best. There is a tissue right on the floor behind me.